Okay, so I'm gonna be moving here in about 2.5, 3 months. Finally leaving the city. Finally gonna start my career as a commercial pilot. I just signed the contract yesterday. I'll be moving down to Oslo or a little outside of Oslo, one of the two. But usually I don't share too much about what's going on with that situation, but I wanted to bring it up now because the contract is here and it's finally done. Even though it's something that I knew was gonna happen already. It's a very interesting story too of how it became, because it's something I'm just really grateful for, and it's starting to sink in a little bit that it's actually happening. So let me take y'all back. A good Today's July the 29th, so let me take y'all back 9 months, I think, from now, late November. But in late November, I was finishing up flight school. I was in MCC, and that's basically a course that one has to take to get your qualifications to, have that airline pilot standard. And towards the end of the course, I got an assessment, an interview. I couldn't ask for anything better, because it would mean that if I'd passed that assessment, that I'd be walking straight out of flight school. I had the assessment 2 days after I was done, but I'd be walking right out of flight school and right into a job. Originally, after the assessment was done, I was supposed to start in January. Well, to back it up a little bit, I passed the assessment in November, December. I got the message, and I was supposed to start sometime around January, February. And then a bit of chaos hit as to where I couldn't start around that time, and I had to wait. And in that waiting period, I did have one more interview that I did show up to. It wasn't a company I wanted to be at or anything like that, but I thought it would be nice to, one, have an option, and two, an extra option, and two, to just actually show up to another assessment and see how things went down over there. But yeah, that was January, February. I didn't pass that assessment, and I was actually glad that I didn't pass it, because again, I didn't want to be there. I know I'm spiritual, and I pay attention to all these things that are going on in life, and I take it seriously. But this place that I did get offered was the place that I wanted to be. It wasn't really on my radar necessarily, but it was a place that I wanted to be because of, the people, and, just the good things that I've heard about them, and just the opportunities that you have from working there. After that failed assessment and stuff, a bit of doubt did start to creep in. I remember I would speak to my mentor, shout out Soul, and he'd be like, yo, your vibration is off. I could tell that your energy is off, because y'all see me now hella smiley, and you see it on my face, like I'm just chilling, bro. I'm happy to be here. I'm aligned to everything that I want to do. I know everything that I desire is gonna happen. It might not happen how I expect it to, but it's gonna happen regardless. But he would see on my face, like, my vibration was off and my frequency was off. And I was just, in my head a lot, because this was something that I had looked forward to. This is why I also talk about the things that I talk about on my channel, because this stuff is real, dog. When you put your focus on something that you desire to happen, it'll happen. It's just that sometimes it's not going to happen how you want it to happen, because of the fact that you need to become a different person and shed that old you and sacrifice that old you to become a new person with different characteristics. You think differently, you talk differently, you move differently. And when you do that, whatever you want to come to pass comes to pass. It's just not how you expect it to. Over the past 6-7 months, I've been keeping my belief strong in the fact that I would be walking in this year and starting my training to become a pilot and fly the 737. And in 3 months' time, I'm gonna start, And I also have my boy down here too. He also is gonna be in the same city that I have my base in down in Oslo. A few instructors as well. They're really chill too. They'll also be down there. It's gonna be a great time because all of us were in the same boat. Frustrated. Some people would have given up in our situation that we were in, but I honestly think a lot of us had a lot of faith in whatever was going on behind the scenes. Not in a religious sense, but in the sense that this shit's gonna work out. When you have that mindset that something's gonna work out, it'll work out for you. You just have to have that plan A and stick to it, because that's basically what I did. I gave myself a plan A, and I was sticking to it regardless. I didn't care how long it was gonna take, and I knew it wasn't gonna take long. It's just when you're surrounded by negative people that have these very negative, pessimistic mindsets, they'll try to come after you and try to like put you in your place or try to bring you down, but you literally can't care about what those people think, because that's just their perception of the world. They don't see things as possibilities. They just see them as, open door, closed door. Once that door is closed, it's closed forever. You can't walk through it ever again. But life never works like that. The only time I close a door and I leave it closed is with people where relationships end, whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship. If it ends, it's best that that door stays closed, especially if there was things going on behind that door that's not needed in my life. But anyway, man, this is really exciting news for me. I don't look super excited because, again, this is something that I knew already was going to happen. I just didn't know when. But, things are happening. They're happening fast. I'm going to be out of this apartment here in 2.5, 3 months. This apartment's basically the place that, it just really helped me open up my eyes to a lot of things, this place. My starter kit apartment, it's like I'm looking around, I'm reflecting, because there's times where I'll sit and I'll meditate and I'll just look around and just be like, I'm going to be out of here soon. And I appreciate everything that I've been through in here, but I know that it's time to go soon. And that time is drawing real close. So a lot of planning going forward, a lot of fun things to come. The flying is something that I've always wanted to incorporate within my YouTube. Like I told y'all before, bro, I can't niche down to one thing. I have so many sides of me that I want to share with the world and share with y'all that are subscribers now, and y'all are the first to know, So I just wanted to tell y'all, again, I'm usually not the person to like delve into what's going on too much in my life. Like, I like to keep things low key and personal, but being in front of the camera and sharing things with people and doing it the right way, it is a smart way to do it, but also it helps me connect more with y'all. I believe it helps me to build the channel, build my brand, and I don't know, man, I'm just excited for the things to come, the moving, all that stuff. Like, I'm gonna take it on that journey like I did the first time when I moved to this apartment. I was in a different headspace back then, and now I'm in a completely different headspace now. I was super focused then, still super focused now, but now there's a lot more growth. It's a whole different man talking to you here now 3 years later compared to the one that was in that car moving down here 3 years ago. And again, like I said, the reason why I started this channel too, I said this maybe 4 years ago when I started uploading consistently again, or on a regular basis. I want to take y'all through what's going on in my life and document it and show y'all, so that I can also, show my kids too. Whenever I decide to have kids, or, other family members, for them to like go back and look and, just have something to see, see what phases of life I've been through, because it's dope to see, man. Dope to see how people change and how different they become over the years. So yeah, man, I'm gonna be moving down either to Oslo or right outside Oslo here in about 2.5, 3 months. I can't fucking wait. Really exciting times coming up, and I really want to incorporate the flying as well into YouTube, if it's allowed, of course. Don't want to get all over confident about that because I mean I am starting like at a low rank in a way because I'm coming in as a cadet. So, oh man, just grateful for everything. Happy about everything that's going on right now, and yeah, just gotta enjoy life through the ups and downs. I've had a lot of fun these past 6 months, building things, building this YouTube and connecting with y'all and everything. So, yeah, man, that's it from me. I'll catch you on the next vid. Peace.